him right now.
Yes, it is, and Andy Black may think that this deuce on the turn is good for him. He may think it's a blank and his sixes are winning.
I tell you what, JC can't beat much but a bluff. I know he's got the best hand. Is this going to be under the heading of a defensive bet?
16,000.
I think that's a good little value bet. I mean, he was last to speak. He could have just turned his hand over, but a good value bet. And look, the stubbornness of Andy Black. He will not throw the hand away.
How could he pay him off?
It's
Tell
sheer,
me.
it's stubbornness. That's what it is. Andy can be a bit of an old goat in the stubborn stakes.
Marty.
They're going to laugh at him hard. It was the check on the flop that got him sucked in there for about 30,000.
There's only about 4 players commenting something during the hand, yeah?
And look at that, Andy is ruffled. He's called over the tournament director, complaining that other players made remarks during the hand.
Annette did it, Roland did
said a
it.
word.
Well, whatever, any of that stuff, it's just not on, yeah?
Yeah, that's fair. That's
He's
a fair
rattled
point.
and ruffled right from the start.
No, I mean, commenting, oh, Andrew looks weak, or, you know, it's just totally not on, yeah?
Andy as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things he can complain about, but he can't complain about looking like a fool right now.
Well, he's angry that he thinks remarks were made during the pot, and technically he's correct, but for heaven's sake, Jesse, when Devilfish turns up to a match, he's not looking for advice from the other players.
Cool. Pass.
Look at this. Eastgate with the under the gun raise and Tran with the big pair slow playing.
Yeah, just calling. I mean, what's interesting, Jesse, is that traditionally players who think they're the best at the table, who have an advantage, want to keep the pot small ball poker, control it after cards. The difference here is everybody thinks they're the best player at the table.
And this could be trouble for Eastgate.
Check.
Well,
Check.
the king is really a good card for Eastgate because it might make JC Tran nervous. But both of them have got to put some more chips in this pot before it's over.
The guy had all the chips in the main event.
Oh, now Eastgate,
9,000.
the man handling of the chips, traditionally a sign of a weak hand. I mean, even in a world champion.
This is such a much more important pot for Eastgate than Tran. You know, he's got 150,000 right now. Eastgate's on about 80.
Cool.
Well, I love this call from Tran. If he's winning, all he needs to do is call. There's no point raising and making it huge if Eastgate wants to represent the king.
Right, and the way that JC has played this, he's going to maximize value, it looks like, yet again.
This is a fascinating river card. JC Tran knows, because it went check and then bet, that Eastgate either hates the king or loves it. Now he's got to work out which.
Well, what sort of bet is this from Peter? Does he actually think he's going to turn these cards over and win?
Might be a good card for me.
Well, it may be a stopper bet from Eastgate. He may feel that he would have to call a bet from Tran with the 9 in his hand, and he doesn't want it to be too huge. So he puts in the stopper bet. Sure enough, Tran just calls him down. Whereas if Eastgate checked it, it's possible that Tran would make a much bigger bet that he'd have to call. He'd have lost more chips.
JC Tran, he's beat him on his left, he's beat him on his right, he's beat the World Series poker champion in the hand, and I'll tell you what, he's on a canter right now, isn't he? 184,000, we're still in the first level. This is the guy the poker players all name as the one to look out for. JC Tran's been on a phenomenal run the last few years. WPT champion, player of the year, and a WSOP bracelet winner. And he keeps his success in perspective.
Growing up, coming from my type of background, you know, a background that we didn't have much, and now, you know, I can pretty much get whatever I want and have whatever I want. It kind of brought me back down to earth. It kind of made me more of a humble guy. Before, you know, I see a lot of guys, they win a tournament, they get really cocky, you know, and that's not me. I mean, a lot of these guys, they win the money, and they forget where they come from, you know, and they just become like a whole new person. In order to gain the respect from everyone else, you have to definitely win the title, and I definitely want to gain respect for myself. I mean, I do respect myself as a good tournament player, but I'm not going to respect myself as a champion if I don't win. I want to prove to myself that I can play it worldwide, not just in the States. So, you know, come this week when I play with these guys, you know, I'm playing for myself more than anything. I mean, if I walk away second or third, I still might be disappointed. I want to win, and that's what I'm here for.
Welcome back to the Premier League Poker 3.
We started with 1,000.
Both Black and Eastgate. The pain that has been put to them has been courtesy of JC Tran. Although you have to say, JC, if there's one thing about his game, it looks like he lets other people hurt themselves.
Well, he knows that there are a lot of big egos in this tournament, and sometimes checking to let them try and do something creative is the most lucrative way.
Pass.
Then he finally won.
Now, this is a bit of a confrontation.
Re-raise to 20,000.
Yeah,
You know, the money could all go in here.
it really could. I mean,
All in. And a call.
An insta call from the Devilfish.
well,
and
he must call, Jesse, because Peter Eastgate only had 48,000 at the start of the hand. He absolutely priced in the fish, and he's got the best hand. This is going to be a real test for Devilfish. Is he going to be lucky or unlucky this time around?
It is, and for the World Series champion, he could get the first bagel.
Devilfish is so superstitious. I know that if the ace or the king comes down, it's going to crush him at this point. He's going to feel that he's going to get unlucky again over the series.
We have talked it up for him. We have talked it up.
I think the other players would prefer Eastgate to win the pot.
Diamond.
No diamond in either hand. You can see Eastgate down at 22%. He needs the ace. He needs the king.
There you go.
Oh!
So obvious. I mean, who's worried about that?
Luckily for Devilfish,
Anyway.
the eight of diamonds is still working for him,
Nothing
so
you
he's
can
got
do.
2 outs.
He's taking it pretty cool.
There you go.
The ace and the king.
They hit him twice on the turn and the river.
Outdrawn 6,500 people for 6 months.
I'm telling you, Jesse, this is going to really damage Devilfish's faith in himself at this early stage. He is going to feel that the luck is never with him at this particular table.
Roland just said he's he's outdrawn 6,500 people. You think he was going to have a problem against the Devilfish? It was a straight race, Vicky, but the ace and the king came.
Pass.
Put all that pressure on with the ace queen.
And that was after an under the gun limp race.
And then
Devilfish is reduced to 40,000 in chips, so
Pass.
every time he plays a hand, he has to be careful.
He's got a very dangerous seat as well because, he's got Roland de Wolf in the big blind.
Yeah.
What's your stack, Mr. Elliott?
Roland wants to know the stack size because he's trying to work out how is he going to get all of the chips in. Does he do that by just calling, just trapping?
Oh yeah, you let out.
No,
Does the Devilfish have a chance if Roland raises to re-raise all in? Does he have enough chips for that?
I mean, Vicky, one hallmark to Roland's game last year, he probably slow played something like 75% of his big pairs.
Well, he's doing exactly that again, just calling. He'll probably check any flop, Roland.
The Devilfish really needs a king here. Oh my gosh.
Check.
Oh. Well, I think the Wolf would have checked any flop, but definitely that one.
10,000.
It's such a big hand that he may give the Devilfish a chance to catch another card to go broke on.
Yeah, I mean, if Roland flat calls, I don't know quite what he's representing. Again, there's no draws on the flop.
Yeah, but now, I mean, tournament life at that point is like...
Oh, he's got him, and he is enjoying this right now, de Wolf, isn't he?
Devilfish has to hope no king, no four, no diamond, or he's definitely all in, and he may be anyway.
Painful is it right now to be Dave Devilfish Elliott?
Check.
Yeah, good instincts from Elliot. He knows that the call on the flop signified something.
Check.
King 9.
Well done.
He didn't even. Roland gave him another chance to hang himself on the river, and I'll tell you what, the Devilfish didn't fall for it.
Well, he knew, Jesse, the rueful tone, king eye. You know, that is the rueful tone of a man who knows, once again, it's not looking like his day.
I don't watch too many.
He's low stacked right now, the Devilfish, but I have to say I'm quite impressed with how he's
I
taken
like
it
to
so
watch you guys
far.
play poker.
Yeah, it's absolutely to his credit that he hasn't got upset. He hasn't blamed the dealer.
Pass.
Study.
Pass.
There you go, bro.
All in.
We have got the best.
King Dewey.
Yeah, but he's the first in.
I'm battling against God.
Much better than calling with king 7.
Let's put his glasses up.
See, this is where with the short stacks, actually, Devilfish and being first to speak has the advantage because he...
Call.
Call.
Wow.
Well, I know my king's good anyway. The king's definitely good. I know it's good. As soon as you study for 1 second, I know my king's good. So we got the best of it at the moment.
Well, he's right about that. I mean, I guess Andy, he's taking a chance here to knock the Devilfish out. The good news is, of course, he's not all in. The bad news is if Devilfish's hand holds up, Andy's going to be really against the wall there.
That's the deuce and no end.
Oh,
There we go, straight away.
oh dear.
Straight
There's a
away,
pair
flop.
each, no spades out there again. The fish
later, guys.
needs
Good
a
luck.
deuce or a king.
Down to thin and slim is the fish, the deuce, the king.
Don't stand up yet, Dave.
I
Think
always do this
positive.
walk away, don't I?
Think positive.
I'm used to it.
Oh.
Well, that actually hasn't changed anything. I
Just in
mean,
case.
it's still the same number of outs, isn't it?
That's just like a blank, really.
Yeah, it is.